Welcome to the City of Florissant Podcast, where we talk anything and everything related to the beautiful City of Florissant.
Hi, I'm Mayor Tim Lowery, and welcome to another Mayor's Podcast show. With me today is Corey Williams with the Small Business Administration, and he's the Public Information Officer. And also with me today is Tiana Suber, who's the Public Information Officer for FEMA. Thank you guys both for joining me today. I know that we just got an extension to that you guys will be here at least through November the 7th. So just looking for some updates on what's going on with our disaster areas and our flooding.
Okay, well, as you said before, we have an extension. That means we are giving survivors more time to update their application, register, because there are still a lot of new registrations coming into the Disaster Recovery Center. So we want to make sure that everybody is getting the help that they need. So, so far we've helped over 11,000 households and given over $36 million. So we want to make sure that, one, you get in that registration, apply with FEMA, and also apply with the SBA. Make sure you stay in contact with FEMA as well. Some people, they think that they got a final answer and then they just give up. So we don't want you guys to give up. We don't want you to, carry that load by yourself in doing disaster recovery. So stay in touch with FEMA. If you have a change in an address, you have a change in your household, if you have a change in your phone number, anything like that will affect your FEMA application, we want you to make sure that you stay in contact with FEMA. And the three ways to do that, of course, is 1-800-621-3362. You can go on our website on disasterassistance.gov, and you can utilize our FEMA app.
One thing that I have heard from just some small business owners and even some residents is that they were denied any funding. And I think that Corey and I have talked about this, is that there's also an appeal process. So that's not a final answer at that point, correct?
That's correct, Mayor Lowery. So a no for SBA is never a final no. So the one thing is with SBA, there's a 6 months to actually apply for reconsideration. So for any businesses or nonprofits that may have been declined, they also have that 6-month period to apply for reconsideration, because think about it, their income may change. They may get another contract. A lot of circumstances may impact their ability to overcome the previous decline decision. And as well for homeowners and renters, it's so critical, Mayor, that in this last stretch, as we get to the November 7th deadline, that if someone receives that referral to the U.S. Small Business Administration, please can complete that application. It's very critical to make sure that you kind of continue that disaster recovery process. So if you receive that referral, make sure to complete that application with SBA, because again, we may not be able to approve you for a loan, and if we're unable to approve you for a loan, we're going to refer them right back to FEMA for further grant assistance through a program called Other Needs Assistance. So it's just very critical to make sure that we complete that application process for homeowners and renters. And again, just to kind of restate, homeowners can borrow up to $200,000 for real estate repair replacement, up to $40,000 to repair replace disaster damaged personal property. Interest rates are as low as 1.688%. No closing costs, no cost to apply, no prepayment penalties. All the loans are amortized up to 30 years, and it's a minimum 5-month deferment. Renters also can borrow up to $40,000 to repair, replace disaster damaged personal property, which would also include any vehicles that's damaged as well. So it's just very, very important, and I can't emphasize enough, Mayor, that if someone sees that email from SBA, go ahead and complete that application.
And of course, a lot of these people, I think it's such an emotional time. I mean, they've lost a lot. And so when they see that letter or that email that says that they've been declined, they get pretty emotional and they get upset. But you must understand that the process is nowhere near over. I mean, you still have that opportunity to go back and try to get that funding. And you've mentioned, that you've given away $28.3 million, already that here in this disaster. And so we certainly appreciate that assistance. So what else can we look forward until between now and November the 7th? Just continue. The disaster relief centers are still open.
Yes. So right now we have disaster recovery centers still open. We also have our disaster loan outreach centers, which are operated by SBA only. So look on the website for SBA.gov, and then FEMA wise, I'll let Tiana kind of mention the stuff about the disaster recovery centers.
So like Corey said, we still have some disaster recovery centers left. So if you prefer that one-on-one. I know that I like talking to people one-on-one and asking them every question I can ever think of and getting that help. You have those people there that are patient with you and will help you. So if you can make it to one of those disaster recovery centers, that'll be great. If not, you still have those other options. And the most important thing is that when you are in the system, after the deadline, you can continue to get that help. So even if you don't think at the moment that you need disaster assistance, just apply and make sure you have a registration number. And if you happen to find something new, a new update, some new damages, anything like that, that's not covered by your insurance, then you can continue to contact FEMA and stay in touch with FEMA.
Very good. And where are those centers currently located?
We have one at the Rankin College, and we have one at University City, the Centennial Commons, and the one in Ferguson at the Urban League Empowerment Center.
That's for us. That's probably the closest one for our residents in the city of Florissant here.
And those hours of operation are from Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And of course, with SBA's programs as well, Mayor, we've approved over $28.3 million in loans to not only businesses of all sizes, but homeowners, renters, and nonprofits as well. So we continue to see our numbers go up, but we want to make sure, again, just to make sure, don't miss out on any benefits by not registering with FEMA and not applying with SBA, because we want to make sure they continue that disaster recovery process.
Just to clarify, so you guys the deadline is November the 7th. So if you don't apply by November the 7th, you cannot apply for that after that, or can you still apply?
No, you can't apply after that, and you will be left with either nonprofit organizations for disaster relief. So that's why again, we just want to make sure that you at least get registered, even if you don't think that you need it. But sometimes it just turns out in the end that you do, and then we don't want it to be too late. So
the message is, please get registered. If you feel like you may need some assistance, just at least get registered. Even if you never follow through with it, just make sure that you get in the system at this point.
Yes, just in case.
And one thing, Mayor, I was from Hurricane Harvey. I had one of my great FEMA cohorts that said, register today, don't delay. And if you get that SBA application, apply today, don't delay.
I like the message. It's perfect. Speaking of that, is there anything else that you guys would like to mention or talk about here today?
Thank you for having us on, Mayor. If someone is unable to visit a disaster recovery center or one of the disaster loan outreach centers, they can apply online by going to disasterloanassistance.sba.gov. Again, that's disasterloanassistance.sba.gov, or they can call the SBA Customer Service Center number, which is 800-659-2955.
Very good. Well, once again, Corey and Tiona, thank you guys for being here today and getting this important information out to our residents. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
This concludes another edition of the Mayor's Podcast Show. We are Florissant Strong. Thank you.